Hi, everybody. This week we have been focusing on cloud services. So, why are they relevant? How do they actually help SMEs? And why would you choose them over keeping your servers on premises? With the help of our experts in house, I've put together this short video to help explain why you might choose cloud services over more conventional computing solutions like on premise servers. There is a link to the article below and a quick summary of what we're going to talk about here. Cloud services run about 90% of the apps most of us use day to day. And this has been the case for a while. But as always in IT and computing generally, there's a big disparity between the big players in industry and the actual day to day possibilities for SMEs. For most of us, there are budget considerations to be made. And if your approach to tech has been historically one of keeping the bill down, it really hasn't always been economically the wise thing to do to choose cloud services, probably until more recently than you might think. So it hasn't always made the most sense to look at cloud services, even if it feels expensive to not adopt long term. Now, however, there are a few extra considerations to make about where you store and how you interact with the data you hold. Some of it has to do with AI, but most of it has to do with cost and security. So I'll dive into them now, and I'll start with costs. The fact is that the costs involved for cloud services are lower than they've ever been relative to inflation. Storing files, interpreting data, and communicating with colleagues and customers is all now cheaper to do with cloud-based services than it has been with conventional on-prem services. And some businesses could be overspending by 30% or so by keeping that infrastructure in-house and physically there rather than migrating to a cloud solution. So first of all, cost, it's going to get more expensive for you to continue to keep it on-prem. So bear that one in mind. Security wise, every kind of Microsoft data center is protected by Microsoft's most advanced enterprise security solutions, which are, because they're enterprise, way beyond the resource of most SMEs. So housing data inside a cloud solution makes it far less likely to breach via external threats. Equally, if you are looking at cyber insurance or if you're looking at kind of how to make things safer generally, cloud-based services are an easy win there because normally they'll bring your cybersecurity insurance premium down, and then also obviously just make you far less risky. So you'll generally kind of find you're in a much better position if you're able to have things in the cloud versus on-prem. And then finally, kind of elephant in the room, if your business is interested in using AI services to save time in any area of operations, hosting your data in the cloud will be an absolutely essential step because AI tools require computing resource that is only available in cloud infrastructures. So I know there's been a rash of kind of AI compatible laptops recently, but if you want to interpret data at scale and actively make gains with AI and make your business better with AI, the only real way to do that is via the cloud. So worth being aware that kind of if everything's on-prem at the moment and you're trying to go from on-prem to AI, there's probably 6 or 7 steps through the cloud to get to the point where you're able to make those gains. And that's always worthwhile just kind of considering. So what I'm going to do with this video, obviously it's coming out to you all via email, is I'll pop a link in the